folks, welcome back to Game 3 in this awesome quarterfinals match for the Go for StarCraft Monday Premium Edition, sponsored of course by CM Storm. Today casting for you is Rifkin, myself. I am here today also with Ord. It's spawned here in the lower left corner of the map, hailing from Millenium. It is GosWser.
And his opponent in the upper right hand corner in the green, the other Zerg from mouz Esports. It is hOpe.
Man, roaches seem to be the theme of today, Ord.
They really do. I mean, that little mixing in here and there of Hydralisk didn't seem to do all that much. Banelings and Infestors have also joined us, a few Mutalisks, but overall, yeah, it's roach-centric. That's the reason one player has won over the other in both of the first two games here.
Oh my. We've got a very early pull coming out of GosWser. This wasn't even a 10 pull, this was like a 9 pull.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, and he's going for gas. This is going to be... Okay, just a cancel. I was going to say, if this is going to be Banelings on top of this, GosWser's going full ham in order to take this game. Now, this is actually a really intelligent choice, but the one caveat is hOpe is going to pull first every single game so far. Will he do it again, or is this the first game he goes hatch first? No, it's going to be a 14 pull.
Good. Oof.
So he...
It's
okay.
Really nice for him.
Yeah, let's okay, going over this, guys, before anything even happens, GosWser has the potential to pick off some drones with some excellent control. But the reality is hOpe will be able to shut this down. If he does this correctly, he should only lose enough drones for GosWser to even this up. If he can actually hold off this entirely, hOpe's going to be monstrously far ahead as GosWser's cutting a lot of drones and his own hatchery to make this work. He's not even going to...
Overlord is coming in, actually, Riff. It might be able to... Yes, it does.
It sees them. So immediately I imagine we might even go as far as having a spine thrown down to be extra safe, but hOpe, man, he sees this coming. He should be okay, Ord. He really should.
Yeah, it looks like he was considering. He pulled a drone as if he was going to build a spine crawler, and then didn't, just kind of pulled back. He's like, pool's almost done. He's not even going to cancel the hatchery or anything. He's just going to boldly say, I can hold this. But there are more lings that are streaming across the map.
He's drone drilling to the natural. A curious choice. As these drones, drones and Zerglings have about the same damage, but you still don't want to send drones in naked. You need that ling support to really shut this down, and GosWser with a really superior surround on this.
Several drones going down right there.
And that's enough to even this up. GosWser suddenly in this game once again. I mean, he's going to be down to Queen, but he did enough drone damage to make this worth it.
Yeah, and he's going to soften up this hatchery that might make it really easy to snipe later on.
Actually... hOpe doesn't have the lings to contend with this. He might just lose the hatchery, because we got more coming across the field from GosWser. I mean, the Queen's coming down the ramp, and the Queen does a huge aid to this. Actually, with the Queen, he can take this fight very easily.
Oh, yeah, okay, good. He manages to not allow the Queen to get surrounded. A few more lings are coming down from the high ramp. If that second wave of lings had not arrived...
But that DPS of the Queen, look at that, man. That is ridiculous. How it's not even a lot of damage, oops, sorry, ground damage, but it's enough to really just shut that down.
Especially unupgraded slow lings like the very beginning there. Just enough.
Well, GosWser with a very slight temporary drone lead. He does, of course, have to worry about this counterattack of 5 lings coming across the field. Although, I gotta tell you, one well-positioned Queen behind in these mineral patches is more than enough to stop this.
Definitely. And I like hOpe's reaction. I just kind of wish that he had pulled his drones back a little bit sooner and hadn't lost those 5 earlier on. But he's going to probably kill 1 or 2 lings here as GosWser didn't pull them immediately. Oh, there's a Queen that is thus far unsupported. Second Queen coming down from the high ground. Drones are getting involved there, but the Queen does fall. That's very, very nice for hOpe.
Yeah, meanwhile, GosWser trying to go for a bit of a scout. Gets his ling picked off in the main, but this is, yeah, GosWser's got to get some of his own lings out. He's still just droning up. I mean, he can defend against lings with just drones for time. I mean, it's a small number of lings. It's not hard to contend with, especially with that Queen, but still, you never want to pull drones.
Oh, and this other Queen might get surrounded as well. No, instead, hOpe goes up to the high ground.
It's really not in any danger, I feel. Not with the drones there to defend it. They can just equally get a surround off on the lings. And again, drones, they're not exactly the fastest attackers, but they got the same damage as the Zergling. It's at 0.7 versus 1.5, so yeah. Half the damage, or half the DPS, same damage.
hOpe ends up just really scouting with the lings there, and then does pull them out. GosWser with a really well-timed second Queen on the high ground, actually. So I got a little overexcited there when the Queen fell, because basically as the larva popped, the third queen in the game came out, and really he didn't miss any inject timing. So it's still very, very even so far. Hope at 44, GosWser at 43 supply. Speed is thrown down by GosWser first right here about 7:30 mark.
Oh, here comes that Roach Warren on the very front lines. Wants to create a bit of a choke here. These Lings still very annoying. GosWser not in any danger from them, but he doesn't want them running into the base. He doesn't want them scouting anything.
Baneling nest basically at the same time for both players, but Hope is taking a third base. I wonder if GosWser is just going to plan for a 2-base Roach Bane. What do you think?
I don't really think that would work at this late in the game. Maybe if it was a little earlier and kind of his go-to, but because he opened with that 10 pool, everything that he's doing is a slightly delayed, and the time he's being delayed is really going to hurt him if he goes for some sort of all-in.
This is definitely true.
Like, if you consider it, he already did like a kind of all-in already. You don't follow an all-in up with another all-in 5-10 minutes later. At this point in the game, really, GosWser, I think he's got to look at doing some trading or some harassing. He's got Roaches coming out, which would be great for doing exactly that.
And GosWser actually was able to see the queen transfer.
No! Ling's just slightly out of position, allow all 5 to slip up to... Oh, it's just 4. To slip up to the main. And they're not going to see anything just yet, but GosWser does not want him seeing those Roaches pop. Although, he's going to go for it anyways. Never mind, walking right past that Overlord. Should be able to snipe off this third base entirely. He's got speed, he's got Roaches, he's making 20 more Lings behind this, a huge flood. So while it might not be a Baneling all-in, it's definitely going to be a dedicated all-in.
Yeah, he's got a couple of Banelings that are morphing, but I think that queen tipped him off to the fact that the third base was up there. Hope does have 2 Spine Crawlers that are coming in. He's got a lot of Roaches that are rallied, and actually able to get a couple of free shots off. More Banelings are being morphed for GosWser.
GosWser. This is actually really intelligent. The Banelings will do enough splash damage to the Roaches if they stay clumped, and if the Roaches spread, they're going to kill the Spine Crawler. So this is kind of a win-win initial attack for GosWser, but he's on a clock board. Once that +1 weapon finishes up, he's going to be out of the game. He's
Banelings getting in decent explosions, really, overall from them. Get decent amount of the Roaches.
Oh, he's trying to snipe up that Roach Warren. He's got to be careful. The Broodlings will actually add a lot of damage too. Hope, and he's not going to snipe it. 16 health left on the Roach Warren.
Oh my goodness. One of these Roaches probably could go to their end suicide too, but I don't think GosWser realizes.
Yeah, but there's 30 Lings that are about to come across the field, and they can get in and get on that Roach Warren really quickly. But GosWser, man, oh, if he had sniped that Roach Warren, that would have been big. But now he's a little bit behind. He's going to have his opponent with +1 weapons way before he has his own, and it's going to be very difficult for him to take any engagements further on.
Yeah, and he still hasn't set up a third base, and he's got all of these Lings.
Can he surround these slow Roaches? Can he surround the slow Roaches and hold them in place?
The Banelings are coming, though. They might pop at the perfect moment.
GosWser, please pick off that Roach Warren. Oh, he's going straight for the main. Not a bad choice, but man, that Roach Warren needs to die.
Drones are pulled from the main. Good choice there by Hope. Really doesn't lose all that many. GosWser now actually is morphing the Banelings inside of the main base of Hope.
Oh, he's hitting them too. They're not vision. They are not vision.
Oh, could be very bad. Oh, finally! Roach Warren does target it down.
Nice. Now these Banelings that were morphed in are actually waddling into Nowheresville. I would have loved for him to sneak those into the mineral line, you know, after the Roaches had left the main, after things had calmed down, but... Lord, what? We've got a Spire transition coming out of Hope. This is so uncommon. This might catch GosWser completely off guard.
Yeah, probably right now GosWser is just assuming that Hope is going to rebuild that Roach Warren and expand, but... Man, Spire, I don't know that he's going to have anything to protect himself unless he goes on the offensive again.
GosWser about to lose 2 Overlords. This is going to hurt his supply here. He's going to be blocked when the second one goes down. Oh, actually, what? Doesn't finish it. Okay. Well, not supply block then. He's okay. What the hell?
It was jokes. It's just jokes. I didn't want to kill it.
Yeah, this is, you know what, this is really rough to look at. I mean, the upgrades, guys, make such a big deal in these Roach fights, and Hope, he's going to have +2 weapons over his opponent if he waits long enough to take a fight. GosWser flooding around the map, you know what? I would love for him to do what Bly does and Ninja Morphin Banelings, but those Lings just beelining into the base.
I thought he was going to do that, actually, but instead encounters some Zerglings that force him back, actually killed most of the Zerglings, so he committed to that. And thus far, okay, we do see a couple of drones down at the third base for GosWser, but really, he's just investing in Roaches. Not doing anything else.
Overseer getting some scouting information, but really nothing that he does not already know for either players. And
Yeah.
Ord, I gotta tell you, man, like I'm actually a little scared for GosWser this game. His supply is really lacking, and when you're both making a ton of roaches, you should not be that far behind the supply.
This is true. 139 supply. Now let's take a look at the overall unit composition. We got 36 roaches for Hope. 38 now versus the 28 for GosWser. About the same baneling count. 3-2. 3 queens for GosWser to 2 queens of Hope, which is actually interesting because he's got that third base, so he's missing some injections as natural.
And just while we're waiting for our next fight to start, I want to take a moment to give a small shout out to Platinum Abra. Now that I know how to say his name correctly, joining us in chat. But yeah, this is Hope. This is his time to wait. If he hits, he's going to hit slightly before GosWser has his own +2. He's going to have a massive upgrade advantage. And Defender's advantage is nice, but if your opponent's overwhelming you with superior upgrades, it's very difficult to utilize that.
Yeah, Hope has just got to wait for another about 20 seconds here before he really starts to engage. Yeah, he's just going to dance back and forth, wait for his banelings to arrive. The Overseer for GosWser does see everything. He knows that all of these banelings are in this composition, and he's got a decent spread.
God, this is so scary. GosWser with a beautiful... Yeah, I mean, like, this engagement's going to be so weird, Ord.
There it is. The upgrade has finished. The banelings are trying to get through the roaches. Hopefully, Hope lets them through. Oh, here they come. The spread... Pretty decent so far out of GosWser, but there's still a ton of roaches left over for Hope. There are 14 more roaches on the way for Hope. Only 6 more for GosWser, who's a little bit out, low on cash right now.
That spread, despite being beautiful as it is allowing Hope. Those upgrades, man, he's just pushing forward with this. Yeah. And GosWser with no spines to fall back on. Oh, man. What a great ZVZ nonetheless. Some really great control of both players, but Hope will advance to the semifinals.
A little surprised. I honestly thought GosWser would have that.
Yeah, well, when you open with the 10 pool, that game is risky from the get-go, man.
Yeah, it was.